to another book review by Alice. Today we're going to talk about In the Midst of Shadows by Nicola, Italia. So I got this book off of Kindle Unlimited and I cannot for the life of me remember what I rated it. So we're going to go with 3.5 because that feels right for me. And if you want to know what I actually rated it, go on. It'll be posted in the description. But so this book, I do remember reading a couple of different reviews about this book before I wrote my own. And it's a little bit of an enigma. Because I'm going to put this over here so I stop holding it and waving it at you. It's a little bit of an enigma to me because it's classified as historical, which makes sense to me because it does take place in like a Victorian type era thing. But it's classified as like a mystery thriller type thing, which makes sense. But then there's romance in it too, and a lot of people complain that the romance overshadowed the mystery part of it, or that the mystery part of it overshadowed the romance. And so it's one of those things where I don't think the balance is quite right between the, well, for some different readers, the balance wasn't quite right. For me, I didn't mind the story. I wanted, but the reason it's not as hot, the writing was fine. The characters were a lot of fun. The main character is a writer, so it's because it's in the Victorian era, she is writing for the Penny Dreadful, so she's writing those short like snippet stories that get published every couple of days and that, and people pay a penny to get them, and they're a lot of fun in that, which is great. But because she's a woman writing them, she has to use a pseudonym that is described, like, that hides the fact that she is a woman, so everyone thinks that she's a man writing them instead. And she's writing detective stories, which are a lot of fun, and she's got this really great character. As a writer, I don't know, when I read a story and the main character's job is a writer, I get we're supposed to write what we know, but it always kind of bugs me because I feel like you couldn't pick something else. And I mean, in this case, it makes sense for the story, but it's one of those things that it always kind of irks me. But I mean, in this case, the mystery was that someone starts killing people the way that her stories are, so I don't know how else they could have done that without her being a writer. So that's fine. I'll forgive that. But some of the stuff in it just felt really fast. So we got extraneous details and things I didn't need them in, and then I felt like other areas there were details lacking. Like we got a lot of details on the dresses. I know what everybody wore every day, what color it was, how puffy it was, whether or not she liked it, and whether like she had accessories with her and that. But then I feel like when the detective was interviewing people for the murders and that, we didn't get as many questions as I would have liked to have gotten. He wasn't grilling anybody the way that you expect a detective to. So I feel like we got a lot of details on things that maybe I don't care as much about versus details on things that I really would have liked to have seen more. I will say it does feel like the author did good research because some of the slang and things that were said in there were things that I would fully believe was said in the time period that the book is written in, which is always fun. I like those little extra details in there. And the characters were pretty good. Like the cast wasn't as big as I usually like in a mystery because I really want to have to figure out who done it. And in this case, there was only like 3 really realistic suspects for it, at least from how I was reading the story. And I mean, like the author portrayed several other people as suspects, but I was immediately like, no. And I think by the halfway mark, I had figured out who did it, which is pretty typical of me. But I don't know, for some reason, I wanted this one to not be the person that it ended up being. It made the most sense to me, but it's all right. I enjoyed the love story of it. I enjoy a love story snuck into other genres and that, so I did like that. Honestly, I think if there was no love story in it, it probably would not have been as highly rated by me. But I do like it, and I had a lot of fun reading it. It's not super long, but if you're just looking for a light, airy, deadly thriller murder mystery, I was like, oh, light and breezy. I'm like, wait a minute, this is like a book with death in it. Maybe it's not so light and breezy. But if you're looking for a fun, light murder mystery where people die gruesome ways, check out In the Midst of Shadows because it was fun. I'm not sure if it's the author's an indie author. I got it off Kindle Unlimited, so if you are a KU reader, you can go and check it out on there. But yeah, it was a fun book to read, and yeah, now I'm gonna move on to another thriller because yeah, I need a thriller this year that I don't predict, so fingers crossed it'll happen. But I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for stopping by, and happy reading.